We'll also get reactions from the three cities. We have Pankaj Upadhyay joining us live from Mumbai, Amir Haq from Lucknow and Ashar Khan from here in Delhi. Ashar, coming to you first, the Congress is taking a rather combative view, asking Prime Minister Narendra Modi to tell the people what the government is doing, what he is doing, and not instead to preach to the people. But what really is the kind of reaction that you are picking up from on ground to Modi's radio debut?
Well, this is something which has hardly happened in the past. This is something which is extremely new. There is a communication, there is a channel of communication which the Prime Minister has opened with the citizens of this country. The citizens are writing to the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is perusing through the suggestions which are coming to him. So this is something absolutely unique. But as far as the political aspect of it is concerned, well, the Congress not taking very kindly to this. In fact, criticizing the Prime Minister, saying that he's acting like a pontiff and pontificating on various issues. Instead, he should go ahead and tell us what exactly is the Prime Minister and his government doing for the citizenry.
Absolutely. Pankaj, what's the kind of sentiment that you pick up? Because from what we heard, the Prime Minister spoke in very simple terms, and the aim really being to reach out to the rural areas of the country. Remember, he was addressing almost 90% of the country today, most of it in rural India.
Avril, with reference to the upcoming assembly polls in Maharashtra, this speech should serve as a big morale booster for the state BJP, which do not really even have a face to portray as the Chief Minister. Now, Avril, what we've seen of late, Prime Minister Modi has projected himself as a leader who believes in taking people along. And this leadership quality is well accepted even in Maharashtra. For the past couple of days that I have been in Mumbai, I have been visiting the Shiv Sena camp and the BJP camp. And what I have realized is that as far as the ground force is concerned, they really admire the leadership qualities of Narendra Modi. Now, that's another thing that they really blame the right-hand man of Narendra Modi for this split. Now, this very thing is going to aid the BJP in the upcoming elections. The reason is they will be able to project Narendra Modi in not just the urban areas where they have to woo the North Indians and have to counter Uddhav Thackeray's emotional appeal, but in the rural areas as well, because in northern Maharashtra and in Vidarbha, where Sena is not very strong in the Lok Sabha elections, BJP has swept the entire area. Absolutely. So this should help doubly the cause of BJP. So whatever has happened today, this should serve as a big morale booster.
And this, of course, Pankaj, is coming in the run-up to a very aggressive election campaign that Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be launching in both Haryana and Maharashtra on the 4th of October. But coming to you, Amir, what is really the sentiment that you pick up? From what we understand from Pankaj and Ashar, the buzzword really appears to be for the Prime Minister Narendra Modi to appear more visible, to keep open the communication.
Well, definitely, it's a very smart move on the part of the Prime Minister to reach out to the maximum number of people here in the country. And although we are here in Uttar Pradesh, which is right now being ruled by the Samajwadi Party, and in fact we spoke to the Chief Minister yesterday around the time when the Prime Minister launched his Clean India mission, but Akhilesh Yadav definitely did not have much to say. He said, we are all for cleanliness and hygiene, and therefore whether it is by center or the state, it's perhaps one and the same thing. So everybody will pitch in definitely and participate in the move. In fact, we have with us a couple of people here who interestingly belong to a different political leaning, but they still are behind the Prime Minister as far as his initiative is concerned. आप लोग बता रहे थे कि आप लोग अलग राजनीतिक विचारधारा के हैं, पर उसके बावजूद मानते हैं कि प्राइम मिनिस्टर जो कुछ कर रहे हैं, खासतौर से जिस तरह उन्होंने रेडियो पे आज अपना संबोधन दिया, उससे आप लोग खुश हैं, आप चाहते हैं कि सपोर्ट करें उन्हें? जी 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 नहीं, आपकी सोच क्या है? मतलब आप खुद कह रहे थे कि विचारधारा अलग है, उसके बावजूद आप सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं।
देखिए, देश के प्रत्येक नागरिक का यह सपना है कि देश स्वर्ण देश बने, सोने का देश बने, और इस सोने के देश बनाने की पहल में जो भी आज देश के अंदर प्लानिंग चल रही है, निश्चित तौर पर हर व्यक्ति उसकी सराहना करता है। लेकिन इस प्रदेश की तरह अगर देश में भी विकास होगा तो निश्चित रूप से हमारे देश के लोगों को सहारा मिलेगा।
प्रधानमंत्री का जो इनिशिएटिव है, प्राइम मिनिस्टर का जो इनिशिएटिव है, उससे आप इत्तेफाक रखते हैं?
देखिए, बिल्कुल इत्तेफाक रखते हैं, लेकिन सपने को साकार करने पर हम विश्वास रखते हैं। जैसा कि एक बात सामने आई थी कि 100 दिन के अंदर जो है विकास होगा, देश की तस्वीर बदल जाएगी, लेकिन आज भी वो सपना ही मुझे दिखाई दे रहा है। अगर देश की तस्वीर बदलेगी तो निश्चित तौर पर लोगों की सराहना उनको मिलेगी।
तो आप कह रहे हैं कि सिंबॉलिक नहीं होना चाहिए, उस पर वाकई काम होना चाहिए?
बिल्कुल, निश्चित तौर पर देश के प्रत्येक व्यक्ति की ये मांग है कि सपने दिखाने के बाद सपने को साकार करना हमारी प्राथमिकता में होना चाहिए।
So that's a bit of a reality check here people here saying that, talking about good things and good days ahead is all right, but then the government should also take concrete steps in that direction.
Absolutely. There really can be no sustainable counter-argument when it comes to issues like cleanliness. We also have Manogya joining us this afternoon. Manogya, we understand that Kolkata and of course the rest of the state is busy with Durga Puja celebrations today. I wonder how many people had time to listen to what the Prime Minister had to tell people over the AIR today.
Well, absolutely. I don't think not many people have heard him over All India Radio today and the message that he's tried to convey it because of the festivities. But we try to understand from the people here on what is a basic idea, on what do they think about actually the Prime Minister trying to connect with the people, whether it makes sense to them, because radio is very popular, if not in the city, for the songs that they hear on radio, but for the All India Radio that is very popular in rural Bengal. However, will the country, especially this part of the country which is ruled by Mamata Banerjee, will it connect with the Khadi connect that he's asked for? Do you feel the Khadi has a connect with your generation, and do you feel that radio is the right medium to convey it to people?
Obviously. I think it's a good process and people will be encouraged and involved in this matter. It's a good process, obviously.
It's a good process, but what do you think as a youth? You will connect with Khadi? You will buy Khadi after the Prime Minister telling you to buy it?
Yes, actually we used to buy Khadi, that it's our ethnic dress and we look elegant in that. So we have no problem in wearing Khadi. And if Modi ji is saying, then it's definitely good because he's trying good for our country.
Look, let's be practical. You cannot wear Khadi to your office, will you?
No, we cannot wear Khadi to our office, but we can go to other places, some places like our coaching, tuitions and other, when we go roam around, we can use Khadi and Khadi dresses.
Well, that comes on a very positive note. Do you feel that connecting with the youth now through radio, does it make sense? Will you go for newspapers or maybe beaming on the television?
Not every day. Not every day. It is completely unfortunate for me and my friend also, and that's all.
But what do you think, talking about the whole process, the fact that he's chosen this day, the Shehra, where evil takes a back seat and good takes over evil, is it the right time or is it just symbolic that he's trying to connect it with everyone?
I think it's more symbolic. How he came in as a Prime Minister, from where he has started his life, his journey, and from where he started his life and he has become Prime Minister, that's really encouraging for a youth. And we can connect with them, with him, with his morality, with his activism, that's it.
Well, talking about activism, does it make sense to you? Do you feel that it actually connects with the activism, or is it just one after the other? Yesterday wielding the broom and today again coming with the Khadi Connect on radio, one after the other, or is it just bombarding by him?
No. I think it is around 3-4 months. We should keep our hope to him. I think it's a good, try your good process in a good day. We all expecting that it will cover up all.
Well, that comes on a very positive note as far as the visit of Prime Minister is concerned, which has not happened to Bengal till now, but at least trying to reach out to people through radio and all other mediums is actually finding some connect, at least in Bengal.
All right, Manogya, thanks very much for all those perspectives there from the big cities of the country after Prime Minister Narendra Modi turned RJ for a day. But what really do people from within the industry feel about it? Simi Pasha spoke with OFM RJ Apar Shakti.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed people from across the country on All India Radio this morning. Let's find out from Apar Shakti, our radio jockey on OFM, to find out what he thought of the Prime Minister's address. Do you think that his foray into radio is going to throw a huge challenge for private radio stations? What did you think of his address?
On a lighter note, I'm really scared. I might be chucked out of my job because he was really, really good. We, being radio jockeys, are not as good as he was, because I think he's a brilliant orator, and what he said was extremely inspiring, and all the queries he took on air of all the people who were mailing him, and and addressing them instantly, I think was a brilliant idea, as we do on radio.
So do you think that, so you're basically saying that you fear for your job because you think that the Prime Minister might become a better RJ than you?
That's on a lighter note, of course. I'm sure he has bigger stuff and bigger responsibilities to take care of. But I think connecting with the audience through radio is a brilliant idea, because it's a very easy way of communicating to the masses, with the masses.
And do you think this will also boost radio as a medium of communication, especially All India Radio, that very few people listen to, because your ratings obviously dominate everyone else's?
Yeah. Definitely, it is going to really boost the ratings and the radio as a medium as well. Already it is growing, because if you see the revenue which is generated by all the radio stations is not as good as TV industry does, but it's kind of touching there, and we'll be there very, very soon. So in any case, we're getting that boost, and with the PM coming in and being on the radio, I think you feel all the more proud that Jo Prime Minister kar rahe hain, wahi main kar raha hu.
I like the show that the Prime Minister is going to host will be called Mann Ki Baat.
Correct.
So do you think that the Prime Minister should also invite live questions? Do you think that's a good idea? Or would you like to give him any tips for the format of the show that he's going to host?
Oh wow. Tips to the Prime Minister. No, I wouldn't do that. But honestly, one thing I really want to say about his speech today, he mentioned my name. He was like, Hindustan ki janta mein apar shakti hai. I was like, oh wow. But apart from that, no tips for him. He's already, he's already taking mails and all. So there's, he's already addressing to all the queries what people have. And apart from that, he connects them to his real life stories, which are extremely inspiring. So he knows what to do. He's totally kind of in place. So
also a lot of times when you're taking live calls, people sometimes call and say inappropriate things that might not be considered decent enough to go on air.
Yeah.
So if the Prime Minister were to take live calls, would you have any words of advice for him on how to deal with these things?
I don't think so. Anyone is going to mess up with the Prime Minister of the country. A lot of times get those calls which are not really worthy enough to go on air. But then we handle it ourselves. But I don't think so anyone is going to take any kind of punga with the Prime Minister.
Like there were some words of advice and some tips coming in from OA's Apar Shakti for the Prime Minister as he gets ready for that big radio launch.
And while Modi's radio debut went on smoothly, the first ever national telecast of the RSS chief's traditional Dussehra address has hit a wall of controversy. A day of two firsts, a first-time address by RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat on the national broadcaster Doordarshan, and the first ever prime ministerial radio address in recent times by Narendra Modi on the All India Radio. For the RSS Supremo, the occasion was a chance to spread a message of peace and endorse the 5-month-old Modi government.
6 महीना अभी पूरा नहीं हुआ, लेकिन लगता ऐसा है कि जिस सपनों के भारत के निर्माण का चित्र हमारे अंतर्मन में है, शायद इस बार इस शासन के नेतृत्व में उस दिशा में धीरे धीरे बातें बढ़ेगी. अच्छी बात है, आनंददायक बात है, परंतु अभी तो 6 महीना भी नहीं हुआ. इस आशा और विश्वास को कायम रखते हुए हमको प्रतीक्षा तो करनी पड़ेगी, समय तो देना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि परिस्थिति ऐसी नहीं है कि किसी के पास कोई जादू की छड़ी हो और छू मंत्र करके सब ठीक कर दे. ऐसे हो नहीं सकता.
The speech telecast live on Doordarshan has, however, provoked strong political reactions, with the opposition questioning whether the national broadcaster was turning into a saffron mouthpiece. The Congress, in fact, has posed 3 questions emanating out of the twin addresses.
What I'm really surprised is how come it's been aired on Doordarshan. I mean, what is the credibility of Mr. Mohan Bhagwat? Tomorrow, if Jamaat-e-Islami wants to come on Doordarshan, would they be given the same opportunity? Tomorrow, if church guru from South India or North India, the Church of North India or South India wants to come and give a sermon, would the same thing be given to it? Where is that Jawahar Sarkar, who at the drop of a hat was complaining about government interference? Where is his spine today? I mean, where is that gentleman? I also believe that there is an Achar Sanghita in 2 states, and how come a quasi-political organization has come up with a speech like this? I mean, what is the credibility, or what is the role, or what is the position of the RSS that they should get a free telecast from Doordarshan? And please remember, Doordarshan is a national broadcaster.
Doordarshan, as